For a long time, I had this big dream that I wanted to change the world. And I had this idea that in order for my life to be meaningful, I had to do something really big and spectacular. And as a daughter of immigrants that escaped communism in Romania, I developed this really great desire to work for the United Nations, where I can work with a team of people to combat, that kind of oppression and those injustices. This is a picture of me when I was a junior in high school. I was at the United Nations. I was just so inspired from meeting these world leaders who are making a difference. And I felt even more inspired to join the UN. However, I wasn't always this motivated and hopeful. When I transferred to UCLA, which was my dream school, I started studying communications with an emphasis in peace communications, and my life took a turn. As a transfer student, I often felt like I didn't belong, and I felt like I was an imposter. Because my parents had never gone to college, they didn't really know how to help me through all my stress and all the questions I had. And lastly, to make matters worse, is I started practicing international diplomacy as part of a Model United Nations at UCLA, and I learned that I was horrible at debate, and I just realized my entire life purpose was falling apart. I was not going to work at the UN. Now, this isn't a talk on my own personal experience of going through college, but what I will say is that the things that I learned going through college are things that I often share with my students now as a student success coach at a community college. And that is more important than making this giant, spectacular impact on the world is finding meaning in the little things. And more important than achieving something like world peace is finding peace in our own hearts and taking one step at a time, one day at a time. So my hope for you is that this talk will give you some very practical tools that will help students overcome discouragement and being overwhelmed, and help them cross the bridge of negative thought patterns to positive, healthy ones.